How did the Buckeyes beat the Boilermakers? So we're going to look at how Ohio State beat Purdue, first using the stats and then the video in Huddle Sports Code. Now, first we're going to look at the stats, and there's nothing remarkable about the stats for this game. It's just purely Purdue had a comically poor shooting performance. They shot 38% from the field and 20% from three. Oh, there it is. When we look at their shooting stats on their charts, we can see that, terrible red bricks all around, 0 of 1, 0 for 3, 2 of 11, 1 for 3, 0 for 2. And in their catch and shoot category, they were 3 for 16 for 19%. And that's usually a 3-point stat or a 3-point shooting type. So we can see there that it's a comically bad performance, or 0.5 points per shot. On Ohio State's end, their best player was Kyle Young, and he was kind of the story of this game with a career-high 16 points, but he also had 1 assist, 6 total rebounds, and 100% free throw shooting. If we look at his advanced stats, we can also see that he was plus 20 plus minus for points, plus 7 for plus minus in rebounds. So again, that's another indication that he was affecting the game when he didn't have the ball as well. Everything else was pretty similar rebounds, similar turnovers, similar fouls. It was just that Ohio State shot the ball better when they had it than Purdue did. So now that we've looked at the stats, we're now going to look at the video. So now we're going to watch some film to see how Ohio State beat Purdue. And in my opinion, there's 2 primary reasons. First, it's Ohio State's personnel, and then it's how they use that personnel to space the floor relative to how Purdue used their personnel to space the floor. So before we look at this video, I'm going to look at some stats, but not my stats. I'm going to look at Basketball Reference stats. Now, if we look at Purdue's personnel here, we're going to look at how their bigs shoot. So just looking at their 3-point percentages ranked, we've got Travion Williams here, Matt Harms, Evan Bordeaux, and Nojal Easton. Now, Travion Williams is actually quite a good 3-point shooter. However, he only shoots 0.3 attempts a game, so he's kind of removed from this because of sample size. Matt Harms, again, 37%, but not that many shots a game, 1.1, so we're not going to really talk about him either. Evan Bordeaux, 1.5 shots a game, but he's not that high of percentage anyway, only 31%. And then Nojal Easton, who usually plays the 3 or 2, is 0% shooting and is only taken 0.1 shots a game. So none of Purdue's bigs can really shoot. You put that up against Ohio State, and we look at Caleb Wesson and Andre Wesson. Both of them take quite a lot of 3-point shots a game, around 3.5 on average between the two of them, and both of them are quite good at that range. Andre Wesson shoots about 45%, and Caleb Wesson about 42%. So those are quite good shooting numbers for big players. And that's because Ohio State spaces the floor really well, and Purdue doesn't. So looking at some Purdue spacing here, we can see their problems and how they lost this game. This is first half, 6 minutes to go. They're just running a set from baseline out of bounds. And about this point, we can see the problems. So Travion Williams has got the ball in the block. Ohio State initially double-teamed him with Luther Muhammad and Andre Wesson. And they got Sasha over here, and they've got Isaiah Thompson, or is that Wheeler? No, it's I don't think it's either one of them. Oh, it's Hunter over there. However, they've also got Nojal Easton in the paint. So now they've got 2 of their big players in the paint. They've got their 5 and 4. And then, because of that, they've also got Ohio State's defenders in the paint. They've got Andre Wesson and Kyle Young. So they're not spacing the floor very well at all. They then dump it off to Aaron Wheeler, who's about to drive in amongst this mess. So now we've got 2 Purdue defenders as well as rebounders around who's able to block this shot because Purdue cannot space the floor with their bigs who can't shoot. Drives in and is blocked, and Ohio State get the rebound. Next clip. So they give it to Travion Williams on the block, posting up Kyle Young. We pause it again here. We've got, again, Nojal Easton in the paint who can't shoot, so he's trying to find himself in the dunker spot. We've got E.J. Liddell, his defender, also in the paint now. We've got Aaron Wheeler, who's just rolled down the baseline, but we've got his defender in the paint as well, which is Andre Wesson. So now Travion Williams is going to try and shoot among all of 3 of Ohio State's biggest players. So now he tries to do post up, doesn't go in. And now Andre Wesson, whose defender's not even Nojal Easton, but Aaron Wheeler, is here for the rebound because Purdue didn't space this very well. He's able to get the rebound. So this is the problem. Nojal Easton can't shoot, so he tries to get in the dunker spot. That brings his defender in. Aaron Wheeler's for some reason going down the baseline. That brings his defender in. Purdue's not spacing the floor at all, they're able to block the shot and get the rebound. So that's poor spacing on Purdue's part. In comparison, we've got Ohio State. And we can see how, because of their bigs being able to shoot, we've got a much better offensive system. So if we pause the clip here, we've got Caleb Wesson over here on the right post. Now, because he can shoot and he's fading out to the right corner, his defender, Matt Harms, has to go with him. Otherwise, Caleb Wesson's going to get a wide open three-point shot. Aaron Wheeler here can't leave his man Kyle Young behind because Kyle Young will then be open in the dunker spot for an easy layup. So this leaves a difficult situation there for their post defenders, which allows Dwayne Washington easily able to get a layup. So that's good spacing by Ohio State. Next clip. Ohio State just runs a simple pick and pop that they run all the time, and if we pause it here, we can see the problems. So Purdue's hard hedged the screen, which they did with all the screens in this game, but now we've got Evan Bordeaux in a very difficult situation. If we go here, we pause the clip. Here, now he has to pick two different bad options. He can either go down to Kyle Young, which will leave Caleb Wesson wide open on the perimeter for a three-point shot, good spacing by Ohio State, or he can go out to Caleb Wesson and leave Kyle Young wide open for a layup or an alley-oop at the post. So this is good spacing by Ohio State. They've got Purdue in a situation where they have to pick between a rock and a hard place because of their ability to have their best five, Caleb Wesson, able to shoot. Evan Bordeaux goes to Caleb Wesson, easy layup or alley-oop for Kyle Young. So that's a microcosm of how Ohio State was able to beat Purdue in this game. It's because of their good spacing and Purdue's poor spacing. Now, if you liked the output window in the first part of this video, there's a link in the description to purchase it, as well as all my social links and my contact information. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned something. Thank you.